Coming live from the studio, this is All Sports with Gerardo. Thank you for watching another episode of All Sports. This is your host Gerardo, and all I talk is sports. On the show today, I am going to talk about NFL football, Major League Baseball, NBA basketball, and Nhl Hockey. Before I start the show, I hope you all had a great week. To start off with Major League Baseball, on Wednesday, May 5th, during the Orioles-Mariners game, John Means threw a no-hitter. John Means is the first pitcher in Orioles franchise history to throw a no-hitter since Jim Palmer in 1969. On Friday, May 7th, during the Reds-Indians game, Wade Miley threw a no-hitter. Garrett Cole became the second fastest pitcher to reach 1,500 career strikeouts. Albert Pujols and the Dodgers have agreed to a one-year contract. In the Major League Baseball power rankings, the current top 10 Major League Baseball teams are the White Sox, Red Sox, Dodgers, Astros, Padres, Giants, Yankees, Cardinals, Athletics, and Blue Jays. Moving on now to NFL football, Tim Tebow and the Jaguars have agreed to a one-year contract. Brian Hoyer and the Patriots have agreed to a one-year contract. Blake Bortles and the Packers have agreed to a one-year contract. The Broncos released Jawan James. Moving on now to NBA basketball, Rick Carlisle moved into 15th in all-time coaching wins. LeBron James moved into 13th in all-time three-pointers made. Dwight Howard moved into 10th in all-time double-doubles. Dwight Howard moved into 11th in all-time rebounds. Russell Westbrook moved into 12th in all-time assists. Rajon Rondo moved into 14th in all-time assists. Luka Doncic became the fastest active player to reach 5,000 career points. Steph Curry joined Michael Jordan as the only players in NBA history to lead the NBA in scoring at age 33 or older. At 33 years old, Steph Curry was named the scoring champion, and it's the second scoring title he has won during his career. Now that we are in May, the end of the regular season is approaching, and just in the next couple days, the NBA playoffs will begin, and I can't wait to see what happens during the NBA playoffs. They'll definitely be interesting. And no matter what team makes it into the playoffs in both the Eastern and Western Conference, honestly, to tell you the truth, whatever teams play better are going to keep advancing. And whatever teams win the most games, those are going to be the two that meet up in the NBA Finals. And we're going to have to wait and see who wins the NBA Finals, but it's really open to any team that makes it into the playoffs. And every team in both conferences have a chance at reaching the NBA Finals. And we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. But it's a great time of year now that the playoffs are getting ready to begin in the next few days. And I can't wait to see what happens during the playoffs. So right now I'm going to update you with the current NBA standings in the Eastern and Western Conference. So if we take a look at the NBA standings in both conferences, as of right now, here are the teams that would be contending for a playoff spot if the season ended today, and the regular season is getting ready to end in the next few days. To start off in the Eastern Conference, the 76ers have the number 1 seed, the Nets have the number 2 seed, the Bucks have the number 3 seed, the Knicks have the number 4 seed, the Hawks have the number 5 seed, the Heat have the number 6 seed, the Celtics have the number 7 seed, the Wizards have the number 8 seed. Both the Pacers and the Hornets are contending for a playoff spot as well. In the Western Conference, the Jazz have the number 1 seed, the Suns have the number 2 seed, the Nuggets have the number 3 seed, the Clippers have the number 4 seed, the Mavericks have the number 5 seed, the Trailblazers have the number 6 seed, the Lakers have the number 7 seed, the Grizzlies have the number 8 seed, and the Warriors and the Spurs are also contending for a playoff spot. So as of right now, those are the top 8 teams in the Eastern and Western Conference. the number 9 and 10 seed in both conferences are also contending for a playoff spot. This season they also brought back the play-in tournament like they had the previous season, and both the number 9 and 10 seed will be able to compete in a tournament with the number 7 and 8 seed, and depending on who wins the tournament, it doesn't matter between those 4 seeds what seed they have. If they win the play-in tournament games, they will automatically become the 7 and 8 seed. So even a team that's the number 9 or 10 seed can make it into the playoffs, and the team that's the number 7 or 8 seed can get eliminated, and the same goes with the number 9 and 10 seed. In the play-in tournament, whoever wins more games will get the higher seed, and it will also make it into the playoffs. So as of right now, that is the current NBA standings for the playoff picture in both the Eastern and Western Conference, and we're going to have to wait and see what happens in the next couple days as the end of the regular season approaches. Moving on now to NHL hockey, the Seattle Kraken have become the 32nd NHL team, and they will start playing next season. The Avalanche won the President's Trophy for the first time in 20 years, and they were the best team in the NHL this season. This is the 3rd time in franchise history the Avalanche won the President's Trophy. The last time the Avalanche won the President's Trophy in 2001, they won the Stanley Cup. So are the Avalanche going to win the Stanley Cup this season? We're going to have to wait and see, but they definitely have a great chance since they were the best team in the NHL this season. Now that the end of the regular season is approaching in the NHL, it's almost time for the Stanley Cup playoffs, and I can't wait to see what happens in the final days of the regular season, but also what happens in the Stanley Cup playoffs. And whatever teams make it into the playoffs definitely have a chance at reaching the Stanley Cup and potentially winning the Stanley Cup, and that includes the Avalanche. They have one of the greatest chances this season to reach the Stanley Cup and win it. We're going to have to wait and see what happens in the Stanley Cup playoffs, but the Avalanche will be making it into the playoffs, and I can't wait to see what other teams are going to play in the Stanley Cup playoffs. But it's a great time of year for the NHL now that the Stanley Cup playoffs are coming up in the next couple days, and it's getting ready to begin now that we are in May. So right now I'm going to update you with the current NHL standings in the Eastern and Western Conference. In the NHL, the division standings go off the amount of points the team scored, not by the wins or losses by the team. So taking a look at the Central Division, right now the Hurricanes are leading this division, and the next closest team to the Hurricanes is the Panthers. In the East Division, right now the Penguins and the Capitals are tied for this division, and the next closest team is the Bruins. In the West Division, right now the Avalanche and the Golden Knights are tied for this division, and the next closest team is the Wild. And in the North Division, right now the Maple Leafs are leading this division, and the next closest team is the Oilers. So now that we are approaching the end of the NHL season, that is the current NHL standings of the playoff picture in the NHL as of right now, as we are approaching the end of the regular season. Moving on now to the show, what to watch for this week in sports: the NBA playoffs, the Nuggets, NBA basketball, the Stanley Cup playoffs, the Avalanche, NHL hockey, the Rockies, Major League Baseball. Moving on now, on the next show I will talk about NFL football, Major League Baseball, NBA basketball, and NHL hockey. I hope you all have a great week. Tune in to the next All Sports with Gerardo show next week. I want to say thank you to everybody that listens to All Sports. Subscribe or like my pages on social media at All Sports with Gerardo. Until next time, this is Gerardo.